Hello everyone, welcome to JCE Connect. So in this class we'll study about quality standards. So basically this quality standards which are useful in continuous progression of the quality work. So how exactly they need to conduct the work and which materials they need to consider and how those materials should be. So each and everything these standards will provides. Here, quality standard is a document and that provides requirements, specifications, guidelines, and characteristics that can be used consistently to ensure that the materials, products, processes, and services fit for this purpose and requirements. So here in construction industry, you can take various activities can be constructed as per the initial plan. Okay, so here this quality standard that is like a document. So in that particular document, it will be providing like requirements. So requirements are nothing but what and all we require to proceed for that activity and specifications guidelines. So specifications guidelines in the sense whatever the required things are there, for example material, man, machine, whatever the resource you can consider. So depends upon those resources that specifications will get depend. For example, if you are constructing a brickwork. So that brickwork, that specification should be what? That brick consisting of so and so dimensions. I mean the standard dimensions like 10 by 10 by 20. Okay, and then mortar should be in the proportion of 1 is to 3. Correct, and that in that mortar, that sand should be well graded and cement should have certain properties such as initial setting time, final setting time, compressive strength of cement mortar, and then specific gravity of the cement. So, like that, various properties and specifications have been provided. So, in this document, each and everything, whatever we are going to construct, and how exactly those results should be, and how materials will get react with respect to those works. So each and every informations have been provided in various forms. Okay, and even it provides characteristics and that can be consistently to ensure that the materials and products. So here you can take at the end of the process how exactly that product will get displayed and which for which purpose it can get useful. So like that various purposes also have been provided at the end of the specification. So togetherly a document which is having all the specifications as well as the guidelines are called this quality standards. Okay, and then benefits and necessary of adopting quality standards. So if you adopt quality standards in the construction process, which type of benefits you will get and how exactly it will be useful for the construction industry. So first one, ensure that products and services are safe, reliable and good quality. So once you apply this quality standards in the construction industry, it gives certain faith as well as believeness among the customers as well as the manufacture industry people, so that when they have adopted quality standards, that services will be safe, reliable as well as with a good quality. It should be safe without harming to the any of the customers, and it should be safe to use in the current environment. So like that it gives certain confidence level both in customers as well as in the manufacturing industry. And so they are tools to reduce cost by minimizing waste, errors, and increasing productivity. So once you apply this quality standards directly proportional in the sense it reduces the cost and even minimizing the waste. So exact quantity of the materials as well as the workmanship can be adopted by considering this quality standards, because in this document it has been already given that for so and so work, so and so workmanship have been adopted, and then so and so materials is required. So once you taken as the standard values, so no wastages will get developed. Obviously it's like minimizing the waste, and even It can be reducing errors as well as it increases productivity. Okay, and when you adopt these quality standards, it helps firm to access new product as well as the market. So even the value of a company or manufacturing industry can be increased in the market, so that most of the customers will adopt the product which is developed or manufactured by the company which is also adopted these quality standards in the construction industry or any other industry you can consider. And level of competition for developing countries, so here which type of quality standards we are referring, whether it is a Indian or whether it is just prepared by their own, so that's also matters a lot. So we need to fix for few standards which are specialized by Indian standards. Okay, so certain committee members have been discussed and made several revisions, and then they have prepared these standards. So throughout the entire country, they have to refer the same Indian standards for various activities. Various standards have been prepared. So that provides a proper competitions for developing countries. In this case, that quality of the material or product will get decides depends upon which type of standards they have been used and what are the contents within that, so that everything will matters while selection of the standards. And next one, that facilitate free and fair global trade, and even it improves customer satisfaction once they have adopted these quality standards. Of course, at the end of the product it gives good results. Okay, so that it is agreed by or considered by the customers, so we can say that it is with 100% of customer satisfaction. And it achieves greater consistency in activity involved, and even it reducing expensive mistakes. So many mistakes will happens while manufacturing or while selection of the materials, so that once you apply these quality standards in the construction industry, so that whatever the mistakes are to be there, that one it can be minimized. Okay, and it increasing efficiency and any use of time and resources, and constantly improve quality of the product services since from starting of the project till end, and even in the process as well as in the production process. So it will be like a constant improvement within the body. So these are the benefits and necessary of adopting quality standards. And here you can see various standards which have been used in the various aspects. So in that you can consider the first one, that is ISO 9000 year 2000. Okay, so ISO, which stands for Indian Standard Organization. Okay, so here ISO 9000, whatever it is displayed here, so and 2000, which is defined as a set of international standards on quality management and quality assurance, which is developed to help companies effectively and document the quality system elements which needed to maintain an efficient quality system. So this ISO 9000 and 2000, so they are not specific to any one industry, and it can be applied to organizations of any size. So here it contains basically this ISO. It can be defined in various ways. That is international standards on quality management, and in some cases it defined as international organization for standardization. So this ISO is not only made for one word, you can consider for various abbreviations for this, but make sure that it should have standard meaning, that is international standards on quality management. Okay, so according to this ISO, following factors that influences quality of the products or services. You can see various factors. It starts with design, and planning methods, purchasing, production process, inventory control, training, customers, and which are the different types of technologies they can be used, and various resources, and how exactly they are going to manage those work patterns and transportation services, job description, inspection and testing, and then employee knowledge as well as the skill. So various factors will get influences this ISO standards, that is ISO 9000. At the year of 2000 it has been updated. Okay, so now we'll study one by one. Coming on to the first part, what exactly the design will do in ISO. So basically, while achieving the quality aspects, a proper design should be made. So in this ISO, they have given how exactly they need to do the design when they want to achieve 100% of the quality. Okay, so those all design criteria have been given in various forms so that they can apply for their respective works. And moving on to the next factor, that is planning methods. So here, even for planning also, they have given certain standards, so how exactly they need to do the proper planning so that that plan it should achieve 100% of the quality. So in that planning and all, how they need to plan and when they need to plan, which type of technologies they have to be used in that planning, and which type of plan they need to consider for the construction industry, and which should give a better result. Okay, so depends upon that they can achieve 100% of the quality. Okay, and then purchasing part might be a particular industry or a company, they need to purchase a few elements for the manufacturing purpose. So even while purchasing, how exactly those raw materials should be, and how exactly those things which they can purchase from the remaining industries. So everything they have given their criterias, I mean purchasing criterias about the quality of the material, about the selection of the material, and from where exactly they need to consider those materials. So each and every details have been given in this ISO standards, depends upon this purchasing. And then production process. So once you purchase the raw materials, directly it will be sending to the production process. So even that production process also, it is having certain standards, so that which type of production plan they need to consider, and which are the various stages, and how exactly they need to maintain quality aspects in each and every stage. And inventory control is like a storage of the materials, like where exactly we need to store the material, and what are the safety precautions to use in that, so that we can achieve 100% of the quality with respect to the materials. And then even training things also have been given about the brief description about the training part, so that to achieve 100% of the quality, how exactly we need to train the people, those who are working in that organization, so that this quality not only can be achieved from the laborers, not only it can be achieved from the top management. So togetherly, they need to put an effort to achieve this 100% of the quality, since from the top management to the lower management. So for every organization committee, they are going to give the training such that how exactly they can achieve 100% of the quality in the given company. Okay, so those all aspects have been provided in this ISO 9000 and 2000. And customers, so in this ISO 9000 they have given different types of the customers and their requirements. Few people require cheap and best things, and few people require luxurious things, and few people will require cheap things. So depends upon their criteria, how well we can provide the good quality of the work, depends upon their criteria. Okay, so that one also they have been given. And here customer satisfaction is most important. Some people for less cost also they will be happy for to purchase those things, and few people are require luxurious things for higher cost, then also sometimes they will not be happy for the product. So by studying all the different types of the customer's mind, we can prepare the product as per the standards. Okay, and then technologies. So basically these technologies, it gives various technologies for every year. However, the technology will come into the market, everything has been adopted in this case. So this particular document will give a clear idea about the various new technologies which are much preferable to achieve 100% of the quality. And then resources. So resources, you have seen so many resource, different types of resources such as men, machine, money, material, and then time. How exactly we need to utilize that one with respect to quality aspects? Okay, so that one also it matters a lot when you want to achieve 100% of the quality. If you consider men, and if you want to achieve 100% of the quality, certain working hours you need to provide, such as standard hours will be 8 hours. So if you give more than 8 hours, so whatever the work they are carrying out more than 8 hours. For example, if they are work for 10 hours, so that 2 hours work, it won't achieve the quality what it has been achieved in first 8 hours. So that's one small example that how exactly you need to utilize the resources. Okay, so if you want to achieve 100% of the quality, you need to refer this ISO 9000 standard code book, preferably with a without any excuses. Okay, and then different types of management will be there. So in this management, how exactly they need to manage the things to achieve 100% of the quality. So managing in the sense, it comes from since starting till end. So how exactly they need to manage in each and every stage of the construction industry, that one also it has been given in ISO 9000. And different types of work patterns you can see, they have been assigned various works to the various department members. So they will be assigned with a proper work, only they need to concentrate on those works. Okay, like that, different work patterns you can see in the organization, and depends upon that, they should work by referring this ISO 9000. And then transportation services. So while transporting, how exactly we need to maintain the materials or end product. That's all matters with respect to quality. Okay, because at the end, it should reaches to the customer, and if something happens in between the transportation, again it's a bad mark to the company as well as to the product. So customers, if they won't get satisfied by seeing those damaged things. Okay, so at the end we require satisfaction from the customers. So that's a most important goal of this ISO. And then job description. So it gives certain job descriptions, like for this particular work who has been assigned, and what are his qualifications, and which mindset they should have, so that that work can be clearly done. So like that, it will be giving certain job descriptions for various activities. So they are much preferable for such works. And then inspection and testing, I think you have seen various points which comes in inspection and testing. So this inspection and testing is most important thing in the achieving of the quality. So those all steps as well as the points have been given in this ISO 9000. So according to this ISO 9000, this inspection and testing can be done for various activities. And employee knowledge as well as the skills. So this employee knowledge and skills, how exactly it should be, which type of skills the people should have, those who are working in that industry. So each and every details have been given, such that by their technologies as well as the knowledge, they can achieve better quality products or quality things in the construction industry. So overall, by referring this ISO 9000 with the 2000 reference, it's much important to use in the construction industry, so that it will be much useful to achieve 100% of the quality things.